everybody, welcome to Shyam's Storytime. My name is Shyamla and I am a passionate storyteller. Today I am going to tell you the next episode of King Vikramaditya stories. In the last episode, we saw how King Bhojaraja was laughed at by the doll who was on the first step to the throne. And the doll also told him the story of who Vikramaditya was, who his brother Patti was, and about the story of country 6 months and forest 6 months, right? After that, it was late in the evening. King Bhojaraja decided that he would go back home and rest for the day and climb the throne the next day. So King Bhojaraja went back home. The next morning, he got ready and came to the court. He wanted to climb the steps and sit on the throne. The name of the doll on the first step was Pushpavalli. The doll on the second step was called Madanabhishekavalli. This doll started to laugh at King Bhojaraja. Then Bhojaraja asked the doll, "Why are you laughing at me?" The doll said, "Do you think you are fit to sit on the throne of King Vikramaditya?" It asked him. King Bhojaraja said, "I do not know much about King Vikramaditya. Can you please tell me?" he asked. So the doll started to tell the story of King Vikramaditya. It started to say that King Vikramaditya was ruling over this place called Ujjain in the northern part of India. He was a just and fair king. There happened to be a sorcerer named Jnanashilan. He was at a cremation ground next to the city offering all his prayers to goddess Kali. Goddess Kali said that the sorcerer has to sacrifice the heads of 1,000 kings and also control a corpse that was hanging on the drumstick tree that was on the cremation ground next to the Kali temple. The sorcerer was bent upon doing what goddess Kali had said. He already finished sacrifice of 999 kings. Can you believe it? Only one more king's head was left. And the sorcerer Jnanashilan, he decided that he would sacrifice the head of King Vikramaditya as the 1,000th head. Also, he needed to take control of the corpse. Corpse means dead body that was hanging atop the drumstick tree, which was on the cremation ground next to the city of Ujjain. So while this was happening, King Vikramaditya was receiving this sorcerer as a guest in his court almost every day. The sorcerer would come and give him a fruit and just walk away. He wouldn't speak a word. The next day, the sorcerer would come again, offer him another fruit, and just walk away without speaking a word. This kept happening for many days. King Vikramaditya was wondering, who is this person? Why is he offering me a fruit every day? Why doesn't he even speak a word? King Vikramaditya was wondering. As always, one day the sorcerer came and gave him a fruit. By mistake, the fruit was taken by a pet monkey that was there in the courtroom. The monkey broke open the fruit. There were precious gems inside. The information was conveyed to King Vikramaditya. Vikramaditya immediately ordered that all the fruits that he had received so far be brought to him. When they were all cut open, they had precious gems in them. The next day, when the sorcerer came to King Vikramaditya's court, the king asked him, "What is the secret behind these amazing fruits? They seem to have precious gems in them." Then the sorcerer said to King Vikramaditya, "Can you come and meet me on the next Amavasya or the no moon day at midnight? I will be in the cremation ground just next to the edge of the city." King Vikramaditya said, "Definitely, I will come and meet you." He also added, "You must come alone." And the sorcerer went away. The next no moon day, King Vikramaditya walked off his palace. He took his shimmering sword with him. It was well past midnight. He went all by himself. He walked through the cremation ground. There were ghosts and spirits making noises all over the place. But King Vikramaditya was very brave. He didn't bother about any of these things. He kept walking and reached the cremation ground. And there, in the center of the cremation ground, was the sorcerer. He was sitting in deep meditation. King Vikramaditya went and told him that he has come and asked what the sorcerer wants from the king. The sorcerer said, "I want you to go and take control of a corpse or a dead body that's hanging atop a drumstick tree. just outside this cremation ground. Bring it to me here. I need the corpse to perform a ritual for goddess Kali, said the sorcerer. King Vikramaditya said, "Thank you, I will do as you said." And he walked away. The sorcerer stopped him and told the king, "You must not speak a word when you bring the corpse. If you speak a word, the corpse will go back to the tree. Please be careful of this," he told the king. King Vikramaditya replied, "As you say." He walked out of the cremation ground. Just at the edge was a drumstick tree, just as how the sorcerer had said. And when the king looked up above, there was indeed a corpse that was hanging upside down on the topmost branch of this tree. King Vikramaditya immediately climbed the tree very swiftly, picked up the corpse, he hung it on his shoulder, and as he was going to climb down, the corpse fell down all the way from the top of the tree with a big thud. And it said, "Ouch, it hurt." How can a corpse speak? A corpse is in fact a dead body, right? Can a dead body speak? King Vikramaditya was aghast. He climbed down and checked on the corpse. He understood that the corpse has been possessed by a ghost. It was a Vetal. A Vetal means a spirit has entered a dead body. As he picked up the corpse, it once again flew back to the top of the tree. But King Vikramaditya was very perseverant. He didn't want to give up. Once again, he climbed the tree, picked up the corpse, hung it on his shoulders, and he climbed down. As he walked towards the cremation ground where the sorcerer was seated, the Vetal in the corpse started to speak. The Vetal said, "I know that you are King Vikramaditya. It is a long walk to the cremation ground. I want you to be silent in the entire walk to the cremation ground. If you ever speak a word, I will fly back to the drumstick tree," said the Vetal. King Vikramaditya just nodded. The Vetal added, "I am going to tell you a story, and at the end of a story, I will ask you a question. If you know the answer to the question and if you stay quiet, your head will burst into 1,000,000 pieces," said the Vetal. King Vikramaditya was aghast for a moment, but he nodded once again. What was the story that the Vetal told King Vikramaditya? You need to wait for the next episode. Did you all like today's story? If you did, subscribe to my YouTube channel, 𝐊𝐢𝐴𝐻 You will have access to all the stories that I upload. Every Saturday, there's a story in English. And on Sundays, there is a story in Tamil. Watch, listen, and enjoy all the stories. My name is Shyamala, and I am a passionate storyteller. I will meet you in the next story.